for Monday, June 29th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern. Little short heads up, all of you who are responding to our TFCC Awakening call that we did Saturday. We're literally working on the website to make sure it's all automated and going over it to make sure everything is in the right place. And you will be responded to with step-by-step directions on that. So just be patient. I'm getting, obviously a lot of emails on it. So we take it very carefully, one step at a time, make sure that it's thorough, and everybody is successful in completing the documentation stage so that we have no hiccups, period. So it's just a heads up for everybody that I'm getting, your emails have been received, and I'm going to be contacting you as far as the information to be sent to you and review, and I'll most likely talk with you on the phone, go over some things, and this is once in a lifetime for everyone. So a lot of work's gone into it. Now, we all know that I think we do, I think most of us do, that we are omnipotently powerful. And it's interesting how people, that's not working, or that I didn't get this, or I didn't get that. I was expecting this or this or that. But when you're in a mode of, when you're in a position of belief that you've been trained in for a very long time, we have a tendency to think in a negative direction, and a lot of the times it's subconscious, so it's not like we're front and center with it. And whatever we continually place our attention and intention upon is what we bring into our lives. So you imagine, okay, and it's worth repeating over and over and over and over and over again, is that we fool ourselves a lot, or we try to. But when you're worried, stressing, concerned, okay, all of that, everything of it, all of it, you create more of it. That's why a lot of the times we have, things become more intense and more affected because of this. And since it's in a natural motion, we've become naturalized with it from the standpoint of saying, well, we don't think anything of it. Yet, if you knew unequivocally, with not one smidgen of doubt, that you had the power to create anything into reality, create anything, manifest anything you desire, that's one thing. But to believe it is another. Superficially, a lot of us will say, well, yeah, I know that. But yet we don't engage it, we don't employ it. But isn't it interesting that because of that, we don't know that I don't think that we know that we are bringing it in, whatever it may be. And that's one of the things that this civilization many will soon come into the realization for themselves that this is absolutely fact and true, that they will experience it more and more. Now, you imagine when you're on the straight and narrow and you know that you can affect everything around you. When you really know that, a lot of people say, oh yeah, I know that, and they blow it off. But I mean, deep within you, deep within the core of your pure consciousness, of your God, your spirit, your soul, when you emphatically know that, it's very different. Because then you're careful. It's not like you're, tense and stressed about it, but you're careful because you guide that energy and that power carefully. So you say, something, if I get upset or I get angry or I get fearful or I get stressed or I get in a hurry, if I get irritated or something, I'm drawing that to me. I'm drawing it to me. See? It is an inevitability. It is part of what we are. We're so powerful that this is what happens. Now, most civilizations don't know that either. So don't think we're the only ones across the board that are more in our infancy stages of that, of understanding it. Now, picture, we have a room full of children. Let's just say they're, 4, 5, 6 years old maybe. And we're talking with them about this, and we're sharing this with them, and we explain it to them because, see, understand that most of in fact, all the religion, the man-made religion on this planet, it confuses a lot of us. This is children. It begins to fill up, and the process is repeated. See what I mean? Process is repeated. Now, if you have a civilization that is manipulated into racism, prejudice, skin color, all of these things, they're all illusions. But in the event that you're trained in that arena, that you're trained in it, and you don't know you're being trained, it's just part of your journey. It's difficult to describe. You're not clear and aware, because if you were clear and aware and that you operated from the heart mind, it wouldn't exist with you. It wouldn't exist at all. And when you begin to govern yourself, and we're going to show everybody what that means. Eventually, it will come out. How to govern yourself. What does that mean? How to think for yourself. Not once in a great while, but fluidly, effortlessly. How to lead yourself effortlessly. See, a lot of it, things atrophy. And atrophy means that things shrink and lose their effectiveness. And this civilization has been atrophied through the bicameral residual influence of it. And easily led and guided, easily manipulated, easy to instill fear into. Remember that there's only one thing, one frequency that all of us, as gods in these bodies, are susceptible to. Because when you don't know yourself and you haven't communed with that of which you are, with the God and the pure consciousness in your heart mind, you succumb to fear. That is the number one thing that the dark frequencies have, and it's the only thing they have, in order to coerce, manipulate, misdirect, misguide the population. That's just how it works. Now, it's great that some of us know that. We aren't. It's not a question. It's not debatable. We know that. But how well do you know yourself? And I'm not talking through judgment, because a lot of us will judge ourselves. That's why we judge others and other things, because we judge ourselves. We're not too gentle, and we aren't too kind to ourselves, not much at all. And so when you judge others, because you judge yourself, and all of this, you will discover how absolutely ridiculous it all has been. The learning process and experience is quite interesting, because we begin in our own way, though. It's each of us in our own way. There's no forcing or anything. Usually, a lot of us that have moved into coherency, who are aware that we're conscious beings and we are not bicameral. It's the same thing that happened to Jesus Christ. He was in a bicameral civilization, and he became conscious. Okay? Now, it's so different than any of you becoming conscious in a bicameral residual civilization. And that's why you look at a lot of the things that are happening, and you just kind of shake your head and laugh, because it's so silly. So absolutely silly. It's almost like a clown show or a three-ring circus. So it's where you go to entertain yourself, to laugh. You're not making fun of anybody, because everybody's our brothers and sisters. Everybody's part of us. But you're laughing because it's silly. So the more you immerse yourself within you, going within, and discovering the fact that you're a conscious being, you're very powerful, and that anything that you continuously place your attention and intention upon is what you're going to bring into your life. It's an inevitability, right? Now, if you're filled with fear and anxiety and worry, some of the times we don't even know we're worrying. Isn't that amazing? We don't know we're worrying, because we've done it so long, thousands and thousands of years. So we just, you just don't realize it. It's like, I've used the analogy with the dog on the porch laying on the nail. After a while, it doesn't bother you so much, because you're so used to laying on the nail. And you don't know well enough when to get off of the nail. It's like, it's been in there a long time. I don't know if I should move or, move myself off of it. I don't know what will happen. Again, fear. So, ask yourself this, not through the ego mind, but through your heart mind. Are you creating into reality, into your life, what you want? Or are you creating what you don't want? Ask yourself that. Am I creating into my life, into reality, what I truly want or what I don't want? You'll be amazed at the answer you're going to get. And once you discover what you are through your intention, through your attention, then you can correct and shift your frequency. Because when you get really angry with something or someone, have you ever done that? Where it's like, and you'll notice where it comes from when you do it. It doesn't come from the ego mind. You don't feel it there. You feel it in the heart mind. That's super powerful emission when you become angry at something, or when you're very frightened or fearful. You may not discuss it with anybody, because again, you're too worried about what they'll think of you if you discuss it with them and how frightened or fearful you are. So So you keep it to yourself, and then you have a superficial appearance that denotes your fear. So it's always goes back to, I know I'm powerful, and I am paying detailed attention to my power, so that I'm very careful on how I use that power. Because I'm so powerful that I can, and we're not talking ego here, this isn't thumping the chest. It is an acknowledgement with yourselves to understand that I am very powerful. I'm a very powerful being. And so I've got to, I must tend to what I am intending, where my attention is mostly being put. Because of the power that I am, I will literally create whatever it is that I am placing my attention and intention upon continuously. Whatever it is, I will create it. It's a no-brainer. I will create it. So if I am if I doubt myself, or I have issues with myself, or challenges emotionally with myself, I must expel those, surrender them, forgive, be gentle and kind with myself. I'm not interested in having those direct my attention and intention upon what it is I don't desire. Because how many times have you heard people, I don't want this and I don't want that, and I've said this before. How many people have you heard, have you said it to yourself or your parents when you're growing up? I don't want this. I don't want that to happen. I don't want this to happen. But you create that into reality. You manifest it. You bring it into being. See? Now, it may not come in the way that you're aware of, because you're not intending bad things for yourself. You're not. What you're doing is that you're not aware of your power of creation. So you're creating things into your life, and a lot of people will say, I don't know why this is happening. I don't know. I don't understand. What did I do wrong? I've heard people say, God, what did I do wrong? Why me? Why this? And you imagine that we turn the dial on that, and we say, wow, I'm really powerful, so I created it into reality. I manifested this for myself. This is why it's happening. Do you realize how much more opening and revealing that is for each of us, and how much easier in our experience it is to understand that I'm doing this? So why would I continue to do it? Because even though it seems like a bad thing, that something's happening in your life, and you don't know why, it seems that way, but it's a phenomenal awakening that when you understand that I did this, it's okay. It's okay I did it. I'm not coming down on myself for that, but I'm aware I did it. I brought it into my life. So I'm not coming down. I'm being gentle and kind and loving with myself. And now I understand that, and it takes a bit, because we're so conditioned, but it takes a bit. But when you put that effort and you put your attention and intention upon what it is, how you desire to be, then it'll shift. And so when you feel that bubbling coming up as the ego mind dictates to your heart mind, and you start getting emotional about something, anger, fear, and stress, you'll quell it very quickly. You will literally quell it. And it will be, it'll just it'll vaporize. And you say, I'm not interested, I don't care to generate that, to manifest that, to create that in reality for myself, because I've done it before. So I know what the effects are on me with driving a car or a vehicle, right? And you were blindfolded, how far you think you would get? How far you think you would get? I don't think too far. And you're on strange roads, so it's not like you know where it's at or anything. And you would most likely drive off the road or crash. Okay? It's the same with this. When we close our heart, when we allow the ego mind to guide us and direct us, we end up being tricked by the little fella, the ego mind, into bringing in things that none of us would care to bring into our lives. But yet we do. And it's to be consciously aware of it. It isn't a bad thing. You know, it's not like, oh, well, you're tainted, you know, we all do it. None of us are exempt from it. But it's an awakening, a reckoning, an understanding that says, well, I'm a very powerful being, and I know I do this. So how can I adjust this and shift it so that I do it much less and then eventually not at all? Well, when you get frustrated or flustered, you'll know right then and there. Why am I doing this? Why am I starting to get irritated or whatever? Why? What does it do for us? It does zero. It does everything in negative direction. It does zero. So you imagine that you're this super omnipotently powerful magnet. Okay? Absolutely. The most powerful magnet in existence. So whatever it is, it's like glue. Things are pulled in from the universe. Universe creates them. It moves that energy. You create them through your thought process, and you bring them into reality, into your life, and you experience them. Eventually, the civilization will get to the point, many of us, where we will know. We will be expert navigators. We won't trip and stumble, continuously. We'll be aware. We'll know. This is where we're going, of self-awareness, pure consciousness, knowing who and what we are, how we navigate, and to know that everything we intend and put our attention on the intention. So attention on intention. We're going to create. We will. That's why you ever heard people say, don't ever wish anything bad upon anyone. Where do you think that came from? Where the root of that? Where did the root of that come from? How did that ever come into being? Why was that statement made? Because of understanding, some of us realizing, coming full circle, that that's attention on your intention. And so harm comes to those people that you wish negativity on. I wish they would blah, 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 blah. And you know what that does? It's like a boomerang, because we're intending, where our attention is on our intention. And so when our attention is on our intention, we're going to create it in reality, in a manifesting. And it'll go against us too as well. So when you, whatever you direct, wherever your attention is on your intention, wherever you direct it, it is going to be. It isn't argue. It isn't a debate. It is what it is. It's part of us. So then what do you do? When you're gentle with yourself and you're loving with yourself and you have forgiven every avenue of you while you have been in that body. That's a toughie for a lot of people. But eventually, you're able to accomplish it. Then you'll find that you don't, very, very rarely, direct ill frequencies towards others. Because you're directing it to yourself as well. You understand that we're all connected. Period. We're one. Yeah, we're different facets. We appear in these bodies, all of us separate, and we all experience different things in these existences, but we're still all one. So anything we do to others, we will do to ourselves. And people don't get that, say. They think that they're separate, but they're not. Because vile things will befall any of us due to ourselves when we direct negative life force energy towards anyone else, including ourselves. And what's the negative life force energy? It's lower frequency. That's what it is. When you hate, your frequency drops right down into the sewer. When you're angry, it drops right down the sewer. See? It's like yin and yang. It's the opposite. So when you identify this, you say, I don't even care to put my attention on my intention because of the fact that that is a low frequency. It's a negative arena. It's a negative life force energy. I'm not interested in that. That's something I know what that is. I don't care to indulge in it or interact with it. I already know what it is. I've experienced it. So therefore, I won't entertain it, and I won't attract it into my reality. It won't happen. See? It's being consciously aware of that. So we all must be very aware and clear on whatever we continuously place our attention on our intention. When we put our attention on our intention, it's going to be created. It doesn't matter if it's really bad, or anger, frustration, fear, pain, or it's very good and wonderful and uplifting and happy and joyous. But it's always that little ego fella with the doubt in there, and then the degradation of our attention on our intention goes south, and it goes down in the muck. Then we all know what takes place after that. So be consciously aware on your attention and what you're putting it on as far as your intention. So your attention is on your intention. You're focused on what you intend, what it is you desire to create in reality, and to know if it's bad, if it's negative and low frequency, you shift that energy into high frequency. It's not easy, but after a few times in practicing, it will become much easier. So where are you placing your attention on your intention? What is it that you are doing? Be aware of what you place your attention on. You're intending something, your attention is on your intention. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, which I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we desire, that we're placing our attention on our intention, is to relax our bodies. They'll relax as powerful beings that we are, they will relax. We drop the shoulders. We literally let go of anything that we may have attracted in the last 24 hours. And anything that's low frequency, which means pain and frustration and fear and hurry and anger and distrust, all of these things, let go. Let go. You've already experienced them a plethora of times in this life already. Why would you continually desire to continually experience them? There's no reason for it. You replace the crack or the scratch in the record that you're playing so it doesn't skip anymore and go back and go back and go back or repeat or repeat or repeat. It's able to play out the entire melody through the entire record without information, without interruption. So we relax the body. And as we relax the body, we want to breathe. And breathing is paramount. We all know that. It sustains these bodies that we're in. It calms us. It relaxes us. It eases us. So it's like, so why do so many of us shallow breathe? You know why? It's because we're so full of thoughts coming from the ego mind and the subconscious that we're never in the now, and we're never in the moment. We're always in the future or the past. So we forget to breathe. That's putting it bluntly. Many of us forget to breathe. We're so preoccupied with the future thoughts and past thoughts. That's why. So breathing's paramount. So visualize yourself through your heart minds. As you breath in through the nose, easy, very easy breath in. And as you breath in, you're breathing in divine positive energy. Anything that sustains you, that soothes you, that relaxes you, is divine positive energy. So you take this in and visualize it. As you bring it in, you bring it in through the center of your body. There are 7 main wheels of light known as the chakras. These are the etheric points, the spiritual points that connect our physical bodies to the spiritual and vice versa. They are anchor points, keep us in pure balance and form. So as you breath in to begin with, and you see the red wheel of light, the root chakra, the Muladhara, and the root chakra, energy, stability, comfort, safety, I am. And remember, on all of the I ams and I, keep an eye on the ego. And as you bring the divine positive energy, your breath, you bring it up to the next wheel of light, which is the orange wheel of light, which is the sacral chakra, the Vadhisthana. And this is sensuality, sexuality, pleasure, sociability. I feel. Then we move that divine positive energy, that breath up to the yellow wheel of light, the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura, where is housed strength, personality, power, determination, I do. And then we move it to the green wheel of light, the heart chakra, the Anahata, acceptance, love, compassion, sincerity, I love. And then through the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra, the Vishuddha, communication, expression, creativity, inspiration, I talk. And then we bring it up through the violet wheel of light, the third eye chakra, the Ajna, intuition, lucidity, meditation, trust, I see. And then at the top, we move through and into the purple wheel of light, the crown chakra, the asara. Knowledge, consciousness, fulfillment, spirituality, I understand. So you visualize that the divine positive energy moving through these wheels of light, these chakras in the center of your body. And you end up at the back of your head with your divine positive energy. And you hold it briefly. I am light, I am love, I am. And in that brief moment, you compress it and condense it into pure liquid energy. It's a very powerful energy. And you release it over the pineal gland. Now, I view the pineal gland as a rosebud. It's a green ball. And when we release this sacred divine positive energy over it, it expands and opens and blooms. It becomes fully functional. It's very important to us while we're in these bodies. It is the gateway to all the particles of existence. It is the gateway to pure consciousness, and it is the gateway beyond. So it's important that we have it healthy and fully functioning at the top of its capacity. So we visualize this through the chakras, through our God, and condensing this into pure liquid energy and releasing it over the pineal gland to expand the pineal gland into eternal existence so that we can traverse these gateways and so that we can continue to intensify and continue to expand and learn and experience and perfect. Now, we're all one. We merge with the kingdom of God within us. We merge with the heart, mind, and the body. This is why I say we're heaven on earth. The God within the body and the body become one. Heaven on earth. And this is what we're doing intentionally. We are transitioning ourselves into higher and higher vibrational frequency and have entered 5-dimensional frequency. All it is that we increase our vibrational frequency, which moves us more into enlightenment, awareness, consciousness, into peace, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, into bliss and joy. This is enlightenment. As we ascend, we become more and more enlightened, so that we ascend more and more, and this is continual. And then eventually the time will come where we are always in love, pure enlightenment. And each of us have the power to do this, and we will. Now we're all consciously aware that we are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. We must be. It's our choice. We don't have to be. But in order to sustain our frequency, all of us that we call in this gathering, this meditation, we must have a high frequency in order to participate in this meditation. Now, we have others that are with us, have been with us for a very long time. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, and the archetypes. They, too, are consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest, deepest, eternal gratitude. Now, there are trillions of them, and they're a civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. This is why we don't see them like we see everybody else. But they appear in humanoid form. They give us messages. They assist us. And if you are not fully connected with your God, then you call out and you ask them, hey, guys, could you give me a hand here? Now, several thousand of them can surround any one of us at any time. reason they can is because of their frequency. They're able to be in a small area in large number. Now, we also have the Ascended Masters: Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel Thought, many, many, many more. Who are they? They've been assisting us for a very long time. And we assist everybody as well. So they have ascended out of physical form into God form, which is our spirit, our soul, our higher self, or God. And they hold that God form through pure consciousness. We currently have ascended into physical form to experience physical form. And all of our frequencies are the highest of highest highs in deep eternal love and gratitude. And we always keep one eye on the ego. Always keep one eye on the ego. Tricky little fella. So we're gathering specifically to liberate this planet and all of its inhabitants into higher frequencies, into bliss, joy, and peace, into great abundance, prosperity, into great joy and happiness, humbleness, generosity, kindness. So we call out to the other parts of the one, the other facets, the other reflections, the other pure consciousness. And so we call out to all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And only those who are consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can be with us in this gathering, in this meditation, in this now, the forming of this circle of light. Now they come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this universe entirely. They come in trillions of Gugaplexes from every direction. We also call on the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, Agartha, and beneath Earth. Many, many, many civilizations, many species. Only those who are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this gathering, this meditation, this now, forming of the circle of light. We also call upon all of the galactics off-worlders. Now, we're familiar with only a handful of them. And remember, we're all one. They're part of us as much as we are a part of them. And only those who are consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, this gathering of forming a circle of light. Now, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, Andromedans, Arcturians, the feline, Zeta Reticuli, many different species of grays, Nords, Golden Pyramid, Avians, and many, many, many more. Now, they've been assisting us in our evolution, our ascension, our enlightenment, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they come in the billions. We also call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we have inhabited. And only those who are consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, this meditation, this gathering, forming of the circle of light. We also call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, this gathering and forming a circle of light. Only those who are consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this gathering, in this circle of light. Now, just to name a fraction of them, because they come in the trillions, shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, which many we've never seen before. Fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, dwarves, trolls, trees, elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur, many, many, many. And they come, and they are with us in this now, in this gathering, in this forming a circle of light, this meditation. So we're all assembled, we're all gathered, everywhere, focusing on this planet, because it is being liberated, and we are ascending. And all of us, arm in arm, hand in hand, we all come together, all of our gods together, and we are all in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And we're all one. And we're all love. And we're all God. Pure consciousness. And our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And we continue to intensify, and we continue to expand. The brilliant, radiant circle of light. It is the God-light energy within each and every one of us. It is so brilliant and bright that it would take at least 1 billion suns in the solar system to compare to its brilliance. Now, we all begin to ascend upward, levitate above the planet. And as we do that, we come into this gossamer field filled with trillions of vibrant, radiant colors, reflecting and glittering everywhere, saturating, flooding, and bathing everything, in everything. And we are immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column that reminds us that we are the power of healing. And then we are immediately met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column that reminds us of our power, of our strength, and of our resolve. Then we're immediately met with the white fire. This is the column to remind us that we are imbued through our own intent and attention and high vibrational frequency to have God armor, high vibrational frequency, deep eternal love and gratitude. This flaming light armor completely encases us head to toe, inside and out. It cannot be affected. It cannot be violated. And it cannot be disrupted. But only you frequencies or lower survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. If you do choose this, you are immediately met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column that reminds you can bring in the purple transmuting flame. You can transmute all these lower dark matter frequencies into neutralized substance, and then you can immediately send them back to pure consciousness where they are no longer. They are gone. Then you're immediately met, all of us are met with the column of the violet ray. This reminds us that we can bring in the violet ray right after the purple transmuting flame, and we can purify, cleanse, and literally reinstate our white fire armor into deep eternal love and gratitude. It is our choosing, only ours, up or down. And then we are met with the golden white pink light. This column reminds us of the love that we are, of the deep eternal gratitude that we are, of the joy and the peace and the bliss and the generosity and the kindness and the gentleness, the humbleness, of the tranquility and benevolence. This reminds us everywhere. We see it in the sky, sunset, sunrise. We see it as a reflection in the water. We see it in rainbows. We see it everywhere. It is us, each and every one of us. Every time you walk with others and you walk with your God, you are walking in a sea of deep eternal love, an ocean of it. Now, some of us, as we continue to move up, we look and we see this massive column that we've created, and it is larger than the solar system. This column we designed it is opaque, and it literally has trillions of magnificent, brilliant colors of a prismatic effect. That it's like an auric field, and it moves and shimmers. It is like a trillion colors in a rainbow we've never seen on Earth. And then we move up to the top where we designed it where the golden ocean can cascade down 360 degrees on everything and everything. Where it can literally saturate, bathe, flood all our brothers and sisters, all life, all things, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this golden ocean is deep eternal love. It's joy and bliss. It's everything. Each of us are a drop of that golden ocean, and each of us contain the essence of that golden ocean. Now we look a little bit over and we see our meditative sphere. It says center circle. We created this sphere well over 2 years ago. And it houses all of our meditations in perpetual motion. And these meditations continue to increase. And we are moving towards 900 meditations, all in perpetual motion, all literally filled and existing as deep eternal love and gratitude and bliss and joy and peace and tranquility and benevolence. And it floods us, it fills us, it saturates, it bathes us, inside and out, head to toe. This is why it can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. And its God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. It's deep eternal love, it's deep eternal gratitude, it's joy, it's peace. It is what we are. So we are aware as the pure consciousness, as the God communicates to us all through our heart minds, we become clearer, much more aware and conscious of where our attention on our intention is. What is your attention on your intention? What is it in this very moment? What are you seeking? What is it you desire to come into your life? What is it, as powerful as a being as each of us are, what is it that you desire, that you put your attention on your intention? What is it? Be aware and conscious of it, because you'll create it. There's no debate on it. You will create it. Maybe it's deep eternal love and gratitude everywhere, always. Because as you put your attention on your intention, any of you, you're not only creating it for you, but it's affecting the whole, the one, in a positive, uplifting way. So be very mindful through your heart minds, without the ego, on where you put your attention on your intention, what the intention is. How much attention are you putting on the intention? We're all ascending. We're all becoming clearer. We're all becoming more conscious. So doesn't it make sense that in that clarity we're able to identify much better exactly what our attention on our intention is? I'll join you in the meditation. I'll return to close this out. breathe. Breath in through the nose, easy. Nice and easy. Breath out through the mouth. Be in the now. Move slowly. Visualizing your heart mind. You're an omnipotently powerful being. Through your clarity and consciousness, through your God within, you pay close attention to your intention and what it is exactly that you're bringing into your experience. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening, the night, the following morning.